Did you think that people ate this ciabatta back in the days of the Roman Empire? In fact, it's younger than me. It was invented the same year the movie E.T. was released. In the early 80s, Italy was losing the bread battle. You could find in every Italian bakery the most delicious and Italian sandwiches, only that they were made in a French bread. Arnaldo Cavallari, a baker from Veneto and also a former race car driver, one day said in Italian, "Basta," which means enough. After weeks of working in his bakery, Arnaldo ended up with this bread, which was ugly and flat on the outside, but had a super light and airy open crumb. He called it ciabatta, the bread that saved the Italian pride. But what a ciabatta really is? The literal translation means slipper or shoe. But the main characteristic of this rustic bread is that it has a thin and crispy crust and an incredible light and open crumb, perfect for sandwiches. So why don't we start with the recipe? And this is the formula. Remember that you can download my app Gluten Morgan Baker's Percentage for free for Android or iPhone. And now it is also a baker's social media. So this recipe has two parts, the biga and the refreshment, which is 100% of the recipe. So talking about the biga, which is a preferment, which is going to be the core of this recipe, which is going to give all the air to the ciabatta, it's really easy to do. It takes 1 part of flour and half part of water and just a little bit of yeast. This is going to be like a pre-dough, a dough that we're going to make the day before. That's the secret of the biga. So let us start with it. So in a bowl we put the flour. Now with a little bit of yeast, you can use fresh or instant yeast, and then we go with the water. Since it has half part of the weight of the flour, it's going to be a very dry dough. We don't need to knead at all. It's just mixing all the ingredients like this. And as you can see, it's really, really dry. But this is a secret for the perfect ciabatta. As soon as we see that it's everything mostly well combined, it is going to be ready. You can also do it with your hands. Take a look at the texture of this pre-dough, the biga. There's no gluten development at all. It's just flour, water, and yeast mixed. Dry. And this dough is going to sit here on the counter for around 18 hours at 18 degrees Celsius. That's the secret for the super and perfect biga. So now we close the container and we're going to leave it here on the counter until tomorrow. Okay, so now biga is ready. And take a look at it. It's fermented. It hasn't doubled in size because it's really dry. But as you can see, there are mini bubbles here, so the fermentation is done. And it's a good fermentation. And if you could smell the biga, it smells incredible. So this is the heart, the core of the recipe. The other ingredients that we need for the final recipe now are a little bit of water, more flour, olive oil, and salt. So let me prepare the mixer. For this, I'm not going to use today the hook, which is okay. Instead, I am going to use the paddle, which is better when you mix high hydration doughs like this one. Remember, we're working with 80% hydration, which is a lot of water. Okay, so the biga goes in the machine. It's really dry, as you can see. And now let me put the paddle and I'll add just a little bit of the water and let's start the machine. What I'm looking for now is to dissolve the biga so we don't get those chunks in the dough. And really slowly we keep on adding the water. Not all the water, just a little bit more. So I'm going to reserve this for later. So now it's time to add the rest of the flour and a little bit more of water. So we still have some more left. Now I speed up the mixer. Time to add the salt. Now we go in with the rest of the water. Ta-da! And as soon as I see that the dough is holding the paddle, I'm going to add the last ingredient, the olive oil. Good. All the ingredients in. Now I speed up the mixer a little bit and we're almost there. And this is what I am looking for. Okay, now let me put this on the counter. Now with my hands, like my friend Richard Bertinet, I'm going to do the last stretching and folding just to ensure that the gluten is super developed. Now it goes into this bowl. Now I cover it. And I'm going to leave it here on the counter till it doubles in size. And here is the dough perfectly doubled in size. So as you can see, it is full of air, full of bubbles, and that's because we had an excellent biga prepared beforehand. So now the dough is ready to be divided into the ciabattas. For that I have some semolina here that I'm going to put on the edges so I can detach the dough and not deflate it or lose all the air that's inside. There I go, slowly with my hand, I detach it from the bowl. Now with some semolina or flour you have, you can use semolina, rice flour, or even the bread flour that you use. Going to unmold the dough here. Voila! Well, that's French. Here we have it, with all the air, all the perfect fermentation, which is going to be the crumb that we're looking for. I'm going to split this into 3. There's no real shape at all. It's as you go. You divide it whatever you want. So I have these 2 beautiful pieces here, and I'm going to put them here on the peel, which has also parchment paper, which is going to be better for baking. Let me put the first one here. It's really, really full of air. Let me sprinkle some more semolina on top. And now I go with the fingers, like this. Just a little touch. And they are ready to go into the oven. Okay, so here I have my oven preheated at 240 degrees Celsius. And I also have this baking steel, which is really, really hot. And I'm going to put them here on the baking steel. If you want, you can sprinkle some little water here. And let them bake for around 15 minutes. You can also make these ciabattas with olives. Yes, they're really good. Or you can also use seeds, like this, or even cheese. And here we have the ciabattas. I don't know if they look like a slipper or a shoe, but they're so light. Hear this. Oh, and it's hot. So, as I said, the crust is really rustic, thin and crispy. And let's open it up and check that crumb. And these are the ciabattas with olives, with seeds, and with cheese. Wow. Prosciutto di Parma, or well, from another city, stracciatella, little bit of arugula, olive oil, aceto balsamico or balsamic vinegar, little bit of pepper, and sea salt. Let's make a sandwich. So first we go with some arugula, olive oil, and we go with the prosciutto, or also known as coppa in Italy. And here comes the star of today, the stracciatella. If you know the burrata, this is the filling of the burrata. Balsamic vinegar, which gives a little bit of sweetness. Olive oil, pepper, and sprinkle a little bit of sea salt from the Patagonia. Now, let's crown this sandwich. And finally, here is the famous ciabatta sandwich. I hope that Arnaldo, whatever you are, like this sandwich too. So let's open it up and see what's happening here. So I hope you have enjoyed this new recipe, the ciabatta, the biga. You have in my channel many other recipes and a little bit of history. Now you know the origin of this rustic Italian bread, which is not that old, but it's really famous. So leave me comments, share this video, like it if you want. I'll see you on the next one, and may the gluten be with you.